Hey y'all, come hang out with me while I make some delicious sausage balls. I'm using turkey breakfast sausage instead of pork sausage for the Arkansas State University, that's my team, and the University of Arkansas, that's his team, ball game tonight. We are truly a house divided, so we can all get together with some sausage balls. So hang out, let's make these together. Hey y'all, let's make some sausage balls for the Arkansas State University, my school, and the University of Arkansas, his school, football match that they're going to play tonight. I'm not going to follow my recipe at all, and I'm not going to measure a blasted thing because I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I could not find, Petit Jean breakfast sausage is my favorite. It does not have MSG, and although it is an Arkansas company, I can't find it anywhere. So we're going to use turkey sausage. Every other sausage that I read in the store had MSG in it. It would make me it would make me very ill, so it's a no-go. But this does not have MSG. We're going to try it out. I have no idea what it tastes like because obviously you cannot taste raw meat. But that's what I have. I have one stick of that in there. And then, I got this crazy cow milk allergy to the A1 protein. So we're going to venture off. Instead of using just a regular mild or sharp cheddar that I used to really love to use, you can use Colby Jack too if you want to, or whatever you got in the icebox. This is a goat milk, mild cheddar, and I've just shredded it myself. And I like to store my cheese in wax paper, not wax paper, parchment paper. Okay, not using Bisquick. I'm going to use some rice flour. And I have a friend that is working on getting the right consistency in his meal for rice flour, and so that's what we're going to use. This was just a sample bag that he let me see if I liked it or not. Okay, so you can use a little bit of milk, and this is an A2 milk, and I'll put a link to or a picture of that to show you what it looks like. And I'm just going to add just a scotch. We're going to see about this. Okay, so wash your hands before you go in the kitchen. You got to do it. And I'm just going to get to mixing this up. Now, I do recommend that you shred your own cheese because the cheese that's already shredded, it's got that stuff on it, and it's not very good. I don't like it at all. Now I can't eat it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to put some more flour in here, and you just have to do it until it makes you happy. My original recipe calls for 2 cups of flour, and if you scoop down in there, you're probably going to get too much. I like to weigh my flour, but it's just, I think it needs a little bit more. But I like to weigh my flour out, especially if I'm doing something that really matters. This is not a rocket science. Here you go. It's just sausage balls. So, you think we've used a cup yet? I don't think we have. But I think it's coming together better. I could not find, you see this cushion behind me? That's from whenever I was going to Arkansas State. And did y'all know, here's your trivia fact, I was the president of the Future Farmers of America whenever I was going to ASU. And I've got a bachelor's of science in ag business and economics. Here's your little trivia right there. So we're just going to keep doing this. And I think it's feeling better. If you get too much flour, that's why I'm kind of being a little bit too precious with this. It gets, to me, too dry inside, and I don't like that. It doesn't make me happy at all. Okay. See, look here. It's held together. So, let me get my fingers cleaned off, and then I'm going to go wash my hands. And we're going to scoop these out, and I'm going to cook these in the air fryer. You can do them in the air fryer if you want to, or you can just put them on a cookie sheet on a not wax paper. Don't put wax paper in your oven, y'all. Your house will catch on fire. Parchment paper. So I'm going to go wash my hands. We'll get back together, and we're going to make these into some balls. So see you back in just a second. I like to use a cookie scoop. You can use a teaspoon. You can use whatever you want to portion these out. I like to use a cookie scoop because it makes them all uniform and they bake better. And if you'll put it in, just keep it in a little thing of water, it will come off. Or that's what it does when you use regular pork sausage. So let's just give us a portion here. Now this is a great thing. I love these for breakfast. They are so good. And if you've got teenage boys around, they're going to eat these up. Yum, yum. If you wanted to use them for breakfast, you could make them larger and just bake them longer. You can bake them in your oven at 400 degrees until they are golden brown. Pork is safe to eat at 165. But if you cook these to 165, see how that's sticking? Let me put it back in the water. If you cook these to 165, they're not going to be golden brown and crunchy. Because that crunchy business is what makes them good. See how much better that comes off when it's wet? It's like being at Baskin Robbins. And somehow or other, all of the Razorback paraphernalia ended up at the cabin. So, I'm wearing I've actually got one of my husband's shirts on so I can pretend I'm not going to choose sides, but I am. I'm going to pull for my ASU, not Indians anymore. They're going to hand our heads to us. They're going to beat us like a rented mule. And I don't know if I'm going to actually watch the game or not. I don't know if I may not. I may find something to go clean. What I'll probably do is go sit at my desk and work on some ideas for Tidy Up Tuesday. We're going to start that back in October, and I'm excited about that. All right, y'all. I want to finish these up. We'll get back together, and we're going to talk about just a little bit more here in a minute. So, see you back here in a minute. I'm not going to preheat my air fryer. It only takes 3 minutes, so it's no big deal because it's kind of noisy. It's all that beeping stuff, but I've got the 3 trays here, and let's just move these so I can make sure I only use the ones that, and put this over here so I can touch it without getting stuff everywhere. Okay, see, we have our sausage balls all lined out. I'm going to use the water because it basically just had the little Scooby thing in it. And if you just wet your hands, I'm trying to do this with gloves because I know this freaks out some people, but I just can't stand it, y'all. And you just want to roll it up like that and put it right there. But, you know, it's your house. You're cooking for your family. Are you wearing gloves? You can if you want to. I don't care. It's your house, your kitchen. So anyway, my husband is doing great with his knee. You know, he had kneecap, fell at the farm, broke his kneecap, and he's had surgery, and he's recuperating, and he is so happy it is football season, so he's got something to watch on the TV. There we go. And we like to use orange marmalade to dip these in. And you got to know your crowd, y'all. If you have a bunch of grown-ups that like hot stuff, you can take your orange marmalade and put a little sriracha in it to taste until it makes you happy. And when you're doing the cheese, you can use pepper jack cheese if you want to. You can chop up some jalapenos and put in here. You can use some candied jalapenos. You can dip these in pepper jelly if that's what you want to do. You can make a glaze with pepper jelly and just kind of pour it over top of them or kind of let it soak in there when you're kind of getting them ready to serve. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's get this one right here. And I will get back with y'all. I'm going to put these in the air fryer at 400 degrees. And I am going to cook them until they are golden brown. And I can't tell you how long yours will take because I don't know the temperature of the product that you're putting in there. Mine came out of the refrigerator, so it's pretty chilly right now. So, but whenever it comes out, I will let you know how long it took, and maybe you can gauge yours like that. So, okie dokie. Oh, there's a little piece right there. Don't let nothing die in vain. So go back when these come out of the air fryer, and we'll get us a bite. The ones on the top shelf took about 17 minutes. The ones on the middle shelf took a little over like 21. And the ones on the bottom shelf, I moved up and they took about 28 minutes. And I forgot to tell you to spray, if you're using an air fryer like I am, spray your thing, or if you're putting it in the oven on a rack so the grease can drip down, spray it so it'll help them not stick. And I like to cool, you know, my mom always cooled everything up on a coffee cup or something. I'm just using a glass. Kind of lets that air get around. But now, even though you spray them, they're still going to stick. So let me see if you got all these stalactites and stalagmites hanging up. So what I do, I just turn it upside down and take a spatula. And yeah, it's a little spatula thing you do. And you're just going to knock those little crunchy crunchies off. And I've got my orange marmalade over there. And if you wanted to add some hot pepper jelly to your orange marmalade, that would be wonderful. Red pepper flakes, barbecue sauce, half barbecue sauce and half orange marmalade. That's some good stuff too right there. If you don't scratch this off of the bottom, whenever you take them off, you're going to lose a lot of that crunchy crunch. But now you can just do it and they'll just pop right off. And if you try to take them off without doing that, they're going to just be stuck like nobody's business. I took one in there to my husband a while ago, and I had not taken a bite. I had no idea what these taste like. They smelled divine. I took one to my husband without the orange marmalade and said, "What do you think if I didn't tell you these were turkey sausage, would you know?" And he said, "No." And I said, "And you can't tell that that's not regular cow milk cheddar?" And he said, "No, they taste just like regular." So, y'all, there are ways to get around food sensitivities and allergies. And if you are in that camp, I invite you to get in your kitchen, get to slamming them pots and pans, and see what you can't come up with. Okay, now let's see what I think. Let's get one of these that's been out just a minute or two. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. It's good. Needs something. Not salt, not pepper, not onion, not garlic. I think if it had a little red pepper flakes, just a little bit, or some paprika, that would be delicious. So, and this is just he and I, so don't say that I double dipped, because nobody's going to be eating this but us. Let's get us a little of this orange marmalade. Oh yeah. Touchdown. I hope we hear at least one. Touchdown, Arkansas State University. Woo! Okay, so anyways, enough of that silliness. I gotta go clean this mess up. I'll see you next time. Above the video, I put the real recipe if you're interested in the real recipe, but y'all, you don't need it. Just get the main ingredients out and do your thing, do your thing. I'll see y'all directly and y'all go do something fun. Bye, y'all. Really good.